In my early to mid-20s, I watched some nerdy shit. 80s Transformers, old episodes of Mystery Science Theater 3000, Firefly, Samurai Jack, an anime called Hajime no Ippo. Fucked if I know how to pronounce it. It's a Japanese cartoon about boxing. I watched pro wrestling several years after it had become uncool to watch again. I collected action figures, mostly Simpsons, but also a few other NECA and McFarlane sets. Hell, I even wrote a couple reviews back in 2004 about a series of figures called Stickfus for MWC Toys, a toy review website. They're still online. The point I'm trying to make with this confession is that I get that people have different tastes. They enjoy different things, and that it's actually pretty liberating to just be yourself and enjoy whatever the fuck you want to enjoy. I tend not to be too judgmental when it comes to people enjoying stuff that others consider dorky or uncool. You're not hurting anyone else. But I will never understand grown men who enjoy the cartoon My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. Bronies, they call themselves, a fandom of adult males who watch a cartoon created specifically for girls ages 6 through 12. The premise of the show, according to good old Wikipedia, is this. The show follows a studious unicorn pony named Twilight Sparkle as her mentor Princess Celestia guides her to learn about friendship in the town of Ponyville. It couldn't get more fucking girly if each episode taught you how to braid your hair and do your friend's nails. When I first heard about this, I thought it was ironic, like they just watched it to make fun of it or something, but that's not the case. They're dead serious about how much they love the show. They enjoy it as much as you or I enjoy Breaking Bad or Always Sunny or even Family Guy, shows made for adults. Now, I've seen a lot of people online judging Bronies, talking about how stupid the show is and how stupid it is for grown men to enjoy it. But most of those people don't seem to have actually watched an episode of the show. You can't judge how stupid something is unless you watch it first, with an open mind, and really try to understand one. So, I did that. I picked episode 12 from season 3, titled Games Ponies Play. I'm not fucking around with you here. I sat there and I watched the whole thing from start to finish, no distractions. Let me tell you the plot of this episode. So, the Pony Squad, that's what I'll call them, have to travel to the Crystal Empire to help Princess Candace welcome the Games Inspector because the princess wants the Crystal Empire to host the Pony Games, or whatever they're called. It's their version of the Olympics. And the Games Inspector is like a one pony Olympic committee trying to decide who will be the best host for the next Pony Olympics. So, the Pony Squad are told to pick up the Games Inspector, and they'll be able to identify her by her flower print luggage. Of course, this is My Little Fucking Pony, so you can bet there's gonna be more than one character with flower print luggage, and of course, there is. So the Pony Squad spend all day trying to impress some tourist they've mistaken for the committee bitch, giving her the royal treatment while the person or pony they're supposed to be impressing has to drag her own shitty flower print luggage across town like some shitty pack mule. And no, that joke's not in there because that might actually made me smile while watching it. Of course, it's eventually revealed that Tourist Pony isn't the person they're supposed to be impressing. The committee bitch has already made it to the castle though and is not happy with the non-reception she received. But guess what? She's fine with that, because she's tired of all the fake bullshit to try and impress her snobby pony ass. So she awards the games to the Crystal Empire and everyone's fucking happy. The end. The plot was so obvious to anyone who doesn't watch movies and programs made for 10-year-olds that I knew exactly how the show would progress about 4 minutes in. At no point were there any jokes that only adults might get. In fact, I intentionally picked a recent episode since the Brony fad took off, thinking that they might be adding a few jokes in there for their 20-something male fans. But no, most of the humor centered around pony-related puns like, "Is every pony ready?" instead of everybody, and "Hey, can someone give me a hoof?" Hoof instead of hand. And some ADHD pony with a high-pitched voice that bounces around and does all sorts of annoying shit that's apparently one of the big reasons that the fans love the show so much. Listen, I get why adults like DreamWorks and Pixar movies. They're made with the intentions that adults will take their children to go see them, so they have a bunch of different references and in-jokes that will be funny on one level to children, but funny on a completely different level to adults. That makes sense to me. I don't particularly enjoy them, but I'm a soulless monster who makes horrible jokes about abortion, death, molestation, and world tragedies, and I don't think there's a scene in Shrek 3 where Fiona's getting coat hangered by Donkey because he accidentally knocked her up while Shrek was fighting Prince Charming, so it's not really my thing. But I get why normal adults might enjoy it. But I can't understand why adults would like My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Hell, it barely has any redeeming qualities for young girls. There's a scene in the episode I watched with a pony squad getting over their heads and need help, and they turn to, I shit you not, a white pony called Shining Armor. Seemingly the only male pony around, at least in the episode I watched. They couldn't have went with a less subtle name unless they called him Man Pony that saves little girls from their own mistakes. Great lesson for little girls. When things get too tough, go running for a man. They'll fix whatever you fucked up. Real empowering stuff here. But okay, fine. I don't have to understand it. You're a grown man who likes a cartoon made for little girls. Alright. Even the show's original executive producer and showrunner is fine with the idea. At least publicly. Lauren Faust said, the fact that adult males without children watch the show, and that they were open-minded and cool enough and secure in their masculinity enough to embrace it and love it and go online and talk about how much they love it, I'm kinda proud. She meant to say, I'm also kinda weirded out, I'm sure, but that doesn't sell merchandise. So you like it. Why did you have to create a weird cult out of it? Watching and enjoying a show is one thing, giving your group a name like Justin Bieber's Beliebers or One Direction's Directioneers did, dressing up like the characters from the show and going to Brony cons, that's a whole different thing. And don't even fucking get me started on the people who apparently create and enjoy My Little Pony porn. They even gave that a name, it's called Clop, apparently. I don't give a fuck, I will definitely judge you for that. You're creating porn out of animated characters from a little girl's TV show? That's fucked up. You need psychiatric help if you're whacking off to cartoon ponies sucking each other off, or whatever they're fucking doing with each other. Yeah, I get it. That's not the basis for the whole fandom. It's not a sexual thing. I understand that. But if you participate in a fandom, you're partially responsible for what goes on in it. Don't give the fucking pony porn a name and legitimize it as a fetish. Have the fuckers banned from whatever message boards and whatnot that you hang out on. Make these people feel like the outcasts that they are. Outcasts of a group of people that are already outcasts. Some people have said it's a double standard, but if 22-year-old girls were sitting around watching Ben 10 and were calling themselves Benettes or something, I'd think that was weird too. Hell, I think grown women watching this show is odd. If this was about 10-year-old boys liking the show, whatever, I'd be fine with that. When I was a child, I'm sure I watched Care Bears and the original My Little Pony and Strawberry Shortcake and all that shit. It's what you did as a child. You just watched every fucking Saturday morning cartoon, whether it was Rainbow Bright or Mask. If it was on, you watched it. You're adults, though. Can't you at least find something adult and dorky to watch? This has nothing to do with gender, but this fandom just so happens to be named Bronies, and it just so happens to be largely made up of grown men. I think my biggest issue isn't that you're watching a girly as fuck children's cartoon. It's that you have to be a part of a group in order to do it. Like, you knew what you were doing was strange, so you needed the strength in numbers as reassurance that what you were doing isn't that bizarre, but in the process, you made it even weirder. So don't be pissed when people make fun of you and judge you. People often react this way to things they don't understand, and there's just no way anyone is gonna understand why a grown man would watch a TV show made for preteen girls. And even less of a chance they're gonna understand why you have to give yourselves a name and dress up in costumes and buy toy ponies and whatever other weird shit you have going on the rest of us don't know about. It's weird, and you should know it's weird. Weirdo.